Well, we're live. We are live. We are live. We are live. For those of you guys who are watching this video right now, make sure you click the like button and subscribe if you are new. First of all, Dereck Del Boy Chisora. I have to apologize to Dereck Del Boy Chisora, for counting him out a few years back after a loss to Ajit Kabai. That was back in 2017 around November. you know, I like how Dale Boy came back, you know, from that loss. I like how he came back, how he composed himself. Listen, not only me thought that, although a lot of Boston fans thought Dereck was already out of the game. They thought he weren't gonna be able to come back anymore because he was kind of out of shape. I think at that point was when Tyson Fury was still very much overweight, looked like a whale. Um, and I remember Del Butcher, advising Fury to come back, saying that Fury is needed in a game right now, is needed back to the heavyweight division and all that stuff. You know, now Dereck Chisora, of course, had a fight against Zakaria Azuri, after that loss to Adit Kabaye, in which he won and knocked Zakaria Azuri out. And of course, fought Carlos Takam after that. The Carlos Takam fight was meant to be a redemption fight for Carlos Takam. Carlos Takam it was already seen in a bigger scale, after that fight against Anthony Joshua. Carlos Takam, of course, was seen to be um seen as the guy that could have elevate his name, but that didn't happen. you know because the boys were knocked out Carlos Takam. And then after that, he of course went against Dillian White, and he lost. But he lost to Dillian White with dignity, though. It wasn't a one-sided beatdown like that. It was just Del Butcher getting caught with that Dillian White left hook, that dead left hook that he possesses. And then yeah, that happened, you know. So he fought, of course, Sanagachi, and then Atul Spilker, and then the reprise. So he's been having a good run ever since the second Dillian White loss. And his next bout is going to be against Oleksandr Usyk in a very tricky and interesting bout, I must say. You know, and Usyk is not a guy to be toyed with. You know, Usyk, of course, heavyweight run has not been that exciting so far. He's only fought Charles Witherspoon. Witherspoon, of course, retired on his corner, couldn't continue because of too much, punishment from Usyk. But Usyk was not impressive in that win against Charles Witherspoon because he did not possess the power people thought he would. You know, he's a slick boxer, no doubt. He can outbox you any time of the day. He knows how to move around the ring. He's a deadly, deadly southpaw, Uh, at the same time, in every division, one punch can change everything. That's why every division is the most exciting division and has ever been the most glamorous division, you know, because you never can predict who wins, especially, when you have guys like Deontay Wilder who can knock you out with one punch. And you have guys like Joshua who can bamboozle you with one punch as well. And you also have guys like Tyson Fury who can just surprise you and pressure you and knock you out as well. Things are exciting. Maybe you might even have guys like Robert Linus who, on the other hand, can just come and upset you if they put in the work. So Dereck Chisora going against Usyk is a very tricky fight. Of course, as you can see right here, here's a tweet from David Hay saying Dereck Chisora has been written off by the experts. On paper, it is mission impossible, but in reality, Chisora is preparing to bring something Usyk has never seen before. He's a wrecking machine who will bulldoze his way to a hometown victory on May 23rd. I mean, when you look at this now, you begin to wonder. A lot of people are listen. A lot of people are picking. For those of you guys, if you want to join, right here, let me of course post the link to join here, so that we can discuss it as well. Link to join. Okay, that's the link. That's the link to join. Just click that link and you'll be right here with me. Make sure you have your earpiece on or have enable your mic. So, I mean, of course, I saw a comment today when I posted a picture of this bout after it got announced. One of my brother right here, Jayola Monday, says Usyk beat Pulev. Pulev beat Chisora easy. Usyk should beat Chisora. Well, in the heavy division, that's not how it works. Because you can't just say because you beat A and B, then C is easy for you. Let's not forget that Robert Elenius, was badly beaten, and knocked out by Gerald Washington. Gerald Washington was badly beaten and knocked out by Adam Konaki. Charles Martin, who beat Gerald Washington, was badly beaten by Robert by Adam Konaki. Then Robert Elenius, then knocked Adam Konaki out. you see. So because Adam Konaki beat both Charles Martin and Gerald Washington, you would expect, of course, Konaki to take over Robert Elenius because, of course, two of his opponents have beaten him, so it should be easy, right? But that wasn't the case. That was not the case. Robert Elenius stopped Adam Konaki in the fourth round in a very thrilling fashion. But let me give also another example. Joseph Parker beat Andrews Jr. Joseph Parker got beaten by Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua then got beaten by Andrews Jr. So you see, then although he later reclaimed his victory in a rematch, but it is where it works. Styles make fight, and in every division, one punch can change everything. Remember, let's also not forget that during the Konaki Robert Elenius fight, Robert Elenius was being pressured, was being battered, was being bamboozled by Adam Konaki. But one punch just changed everything. Oh, my brother is here now. Ty Jagwe.
Hey, what's up, man?
What's up, brother? What's popping, brother?
Nothing much, man.
Yeah, I'm just listen. I'm just like replying to one of our brother Jayola, something like that, Jayola Monday, saying that because Usyk beat Pulev beat Chisora easy, and Chisora will get beaten by Usyk. I don't think Usyk and Pulev have ever fought as a pro. They fought
No,
as amateur, but as pro not.
no. They
And
never fought.
the amateur game is different. I think Usyk fought Tave Pulev. Tave Pulev of might be related to Kubra Pulev.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think he's the brother
Usyk
also.
never fought. Yeah, yeah. I was about to say Usyk never fought Pulev in the amateurs either.
I think if, no,
But
I
he
think
does
he
have a
fought
brother.
I think he fought Pulev at the amateurs.
No. He
You
he he
sure?
has a. Yeah, I'm positive. He definitely has a brother though, but he never
Yeah,
fought.
Tave Pulev, or Teve Pulev, something like that. So looking at Usyk resume right here, the guy has about 17 fights, 17 wins, 13 knockouts. First fight against Felipe Romero, second fight Epifanio Mendoza, third fight Ben Ensafoa, Cesar David Kranz, Daniel Bruel, Daniel Ventel, Andrea Kiniavzev, Johnny Muller, Pedro Julio Rodriguez, Christoph Glowacki, Tabiso Mushno, Michael Hunter, Marco Hook, Maris Britis, Murar Gaziev, Tony Bellew, Charles Witherspoon. His next bout is going to be against Dereck Del Boy Chisora. I mean, with that resume, I think you can say the only top names I'm seeing right here is Maris Britis, Murar Gaziev, which are very, very good fight. Christoph Glowacki, you know, He's in. I think the Rocky will be fighting Lorenzo Coley soon, right? They're
Yeah, he's
gonna be,
fighting Lawrence Cody. Yeah,
bro. Lorenzo, if Lorenzo Coley wins that bout, he becomes the fourth Nigerian, Nigerian descent, to hold the
he's
world
gonna
title
win,
right now.
and I know exactly what Lawrence Cody's trying to do. He's gonna win. He's
But
gonna win.
Glowacki is hard to knock out though. When he fought Usyk, he was undefeated. But as I understand, Usyk is a boxing maestro. He's
Of
got at
course.
boxing skills. He's a guy that can trick you and do a lot of stuff, and make you feel at home, and but at the same time bamboozle you as well. So, but at the same time, we saw the fight against Charles Witherspoon. It wasn't, you know, um, what we expected. Like, but it is now is visible that Usyk doesn't really possess the power and in every edition you need power. No matter how good of a person you are, being a power puncher is very important because if you don't possess that power, bro, you might just be outbossing someone for a long time before you know when he lands. When he lands, listen, no doubt that Usyk will outboss Dereck Chisora, but
Oh
what
yeah,
if the
of course,
shots start landing?
of course.
That is when we have to see Usyk. We have not seen Usyk's shin tested yet, and in the every division, it will get tested for sure. That is for sure.
Hmm.
So your take on this fight, brother? Now that it's official.
Well, my take on this fight is, you see, what this is what everybody's a little bit wary about. What it's gonna be time and time again where people are gonna be like, is this guy heavyweight tested, this and that. Eventually, he's gonna get dropped by a heavyweight. Eventually, if it's not by Chisora, but eventually will happen. It's the same thing as the last fight with Kaunaki when we all said he keeps blocking punches with his head. Eventually, he's gonna get dropped. And eventually happened, okay? Because that's what the fight fans see. The fight fans, they all have the same eye, even though they don't agree with each other sometimes. Everybody has the same eye. They can see what's going on in the ring, and they could predict what that fighter lacks. Okay, there's no doubt he's going to be taking Usyk to the 12th round. I mean, he's going to take Del Boy to the 12th round. What what Del Boy what I know Tresor is not going to give up, so I'm not going to say what if Tresor gives up because he can't. Tresor has to come in shape. If he comes in shape, that he has a high percentage of knocking him out. Okay, if if Del Boy comes in shape, when I mean come in shape, he has to come in shape because Usyk is going to take him to the 12th round because Usyk is going to be dancing around, hit him with punches, because Del Boy wants to get in close, or if he has that perfect range, he's going to throw that overhand right, and if it lands, it's going to land. He's going to pick his Del Boy's going to pick his shot carefully you know, because he doesn't want to just throw any overhand rights, because Usyk is probably going to counter and just continue moving around the ring and continue punching, moving around the ring, punching from different angles. That is the only way he could beat Del Boy. He's not taking Del Boy out for a fact. He's not, unless Del Boy decides, oh, I don't want to go any further, and I just don't see him doing that. I don't see Dereck Chisora saying I'm gonna give up. I just don't see that. So there's a likely chance that Chisora might knock him out, but at the same time, there's a lot. It might if it goes to the scorecards, Usyk is gonna take this. Usyk has beaten Joe Joyce, which also was a UD. Let me see who else. He has a he's beaten Michael Hunter. Those guys were in the were cruiserweight. Okay, so but when they moved up, they're moving up to heavyweight because there's not much talk in the cruiserweight division. Okay, there's more talk in the heavyweight division, and you can only guess who his first name was Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua carries a big name, so he was like, I have to get in there. So when he decided to move up, it's mandatory that he becomes the mandatory. It doesn't even matter. I don't even like that. I don't like that rule. They got to fix that. Just because he cleaned out the cruiserweight, and he became undisputed, and all of a sudden like he has to become mandatory for AJ. I don't like that. I think it's stupid, but that's the rule, and that's how it is. So he's got to face AJ, obviously. But who else was he gonna face? You know what I'm saying? There was nobody else because AJ's a big name. He wants the big money. He's gonna want to face AJ. But don't worry. I believe eventually he's gonna go back down. I believe my guy Lawrence Okoli is gonna want to face Usyk. And Okoli is a very awkward fighter, an underrated, absolutely underrated. And I think he's gonna get the job done with Glowacki, and then he's gonna go. He's gonna want to move on to Usyk next, and that's gonna be a good fight.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting though if you look at it. I mean, looking at Derek Del Boy Chisora's, resume right here. The thing is that he has 9 losses on his record. You know, um, when he lost to Ajit Kabayel, we thought he was already done. I myself I counted him out because prior to that he lost to Dillian White in a very close,
I would have gave that
fight.
fight to Trisora, man.
Yeah, people say that Chisora won that bout. But
Yeah,
I think the fight could have gone either
a
way.
draw. I could have given it a draw, but if
But
basic, I would have picked
Dillian
it.
White was like Dillian White was like, I think Dillian White was also favored though by
Yeah,
he
yeah, of
was
course.
he was also favored. Let's keep it real, yeah, bro. Let's keep it real, yeah, bro. He was also favored.
You see, I've been saying, the Derek Chisora that faced Tyson Fury and Pulev and faced I think he faced Klitschko too, right? No,
What?
if I'm
Who?
not mistaken. The Derek Chisora, did he face Klitschko? I
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
remember.
He faced Klitschko,
Yeah.
but I don't know
See,
which of the Klitschko. I think it's the either the Vitali or I don't know.
you
Let me
see
see.
the
Let me see. Let me see.
let me continue. The Derek Chisora here, the Derek Chisora today is better than the Derek Chisora in the past.
Yeah,
People might say I'm
It was
crazy.
Vitali. It was Vitali. He faced Vitali Klitschko.
Yeah. People might say I'm crazy, but it's the truth. He's more competitive now and sees his worth now than he was in the past. In the past, he was more of like I don't think he cared that much to me, you know, than he is right now. I think he's more dangerous now than he was in the past.
Yeah, I think in the past it was just known as a brawler. It was just like brawling and not really working on the technique and other stuff. But right now, like he's been working out on the technique and working out on many stuff, and he's been very selective with his punches. How you saw
Hmm.
how he knocked Kalostakam out. How he knocked Kalostakam out was with ferociousness and with when he was like throwing that combination, he knew what he wanted target. He knew what his target was, and that was to take Kalastaka's head off. But I never thought he would be able to do that though. But that over right hand that landed on Kalastaka's forehead, like kind of like broke Kalastaka down in a way, and yeah, you would have people would have say, okay, Kalastaka might have been tired, but that's not the case, because
Yeah.
when Kalastaka fought Povetkin, you can tell Kalastaka was already tired in a way, like he was tired. You can just tell. Then he couldn't like continue anymore like that, after exhausting himself out. So I mean, it's crazy though. Continue, brother.
Wait, hold on. Somebody said don't compare zero defense Kalnaki to Usyk. I was not comparing them to. I was saying that people are a little unwary because he has not faced an elite heavyweight. And we said I'm saying that the same way people are wary of Kalnaki is because he hasn't faced somebody who could punch, and if he does, he's gonna walk into that punch with his zero defense. Is what I'm saying. I'm not comparing that to. Okay, even though I think Usyk and Kanak will be a good fight anyway, so it doesn't even matter what you say. Don't tell me I don't know about boxing, man. Come on.
Bro, Volker Sam, bro. I don't know why people always say, "Oh, you don't know boxing, man." If you did, bro, everybody have their own opinion. He's not. He wasn't compare. He wasn't comparing shit. He was just speaking his mind. And there are lots of boxers or analysts that don't have the same opinion or that don't assess fights the same way that you do. So it doesn't mean they don't know shit about boxing. It just means they express themselves in a different fashion. Bro, continue. So this
Yeah,
fight now is like it's big, very very big, bro. It's
it's
big.
gonna be
How
big,
you?
bro.
It's a big fight, bro. Like, and it's pay per view. A lot of British boxing fans they have problem with this. Some are saying that it shouldn't be pay per view. If it wasn't pay per view, do you think Usyk will like? Do you think Chisora will even entertain the idea of fighting Usyk?
No, no,
Because
no. You see, I like Dereck Chisora. Dereck Chisora is one of my favorite fighters. He might have those losses, but he's still one of my favorite fighters because he's entertaining. That guy's entertaining, man. So you can't, and you got to give him his props of what of the fighters he has faced. To up to date, it's gonna be Usyk's biggest test. Chisora will be Usyk's bigger test. At the same time, Usyk hasn't fought since his last match with Charles Witherspoon, and that was last year. Okay, so you're gonna be expecting a lot of mistakes and a lot of things. So this match is gonna it has to be pay per view, man. You got to give them what they're worth. You can't think, oh, we're not gonna give them what they're worth. It's got to be pay per view because it has to sell. When it's pay per view, a lot people are gonna want to watch it even more, and that's when it's appealing to the international boxing fans, not just UK fans alone. If it's not pay per view, it's just to the UK fans, and it's not to international because not a lot of people have the same channels as UK. I don't, because I absolutely don't. And then all of a sudden, like once it's pay per view, then it's more of like the international media, like where people could pick it up. Okay, so they're very smart on their end, not making that a regular program or whatever it's called.
yeah, man. I mean, we're gonna definitely assess this fight again and break it down. But we just want to do a video about this, and of course, talk about it, and everybody give their opinion. Looks like some people are scared to give their opinion on it. Anyway, we'll be right back very soon. Stay blessed, stay hungry, stay humble, and stay tuned for more exclusive content. BBC is where you get the latest boxing news. Not just from the UK or from the US, from the whole wide world, from the universe. We drop nothing but bombs here, man. Make sure you click the like button right now. Click it. Subscribe. Right back. Stay blessed, guys. Cheers.